start. In this session of the class, we're going to be discussing startup applications. Now, how could this affect our system and its functionality? Well, let's go over to our whiteboard and see it. So I want you to imagine every day you're showing to work and your supervisor gave you one task to do. One day Monday, one day Tuesday, one day Wednesday, other Thursday, another Friday. Seems simple enough, right? That's easy enough to accomplish unless you say by the second week he gave you another test to do on top of all of that. So every day during your second week you will have more work to do. Still seems pretty simple, right? Let's just say a few more months go by and your supervisor gave you far more things to do. You have things to do at 10, at 11, things go and reach a peak. It's now degrading the efficiency of whatever task that he gave you. And that's kind of exactly what your system is going through. This is for you to have a little more idea of what we'll talk about. The more applications that you install, the more applications by default is set to run at startup. So we're going to go in a disable these applications that we don't know necessarily need, so our system can load fast. Let's go ahead and click Start in the search program, Files tab, and we will type MSCONFG and hit Enter. This is the System MS configuration utility. This utility handles the start process. It can disable or enable software. It can say to the drivers that you may need for your microphone or sound, and it can also disable services like your principal that you need in order to print any type of document. The section we're going to be covering is in this Startup tab. Now here you notice on this system I have 3 applications. This is a fairly new system, but if you notice, as you see, Skype and Microsoft Bing service now is in their way. Let's just say then every morning into work when you get in your car, you do few things normally. You put your seatbelt, you check the mirror, you adjust, everything needs to be adjusted. You put an air freshener every time you go it. I don't think so, only once in a while. Now you need to put on your seatbelt every time you go to your seat, but the air freshener every time you go to your car you don't need to touch it. And that's what we're noticing the difference here. Do I absolutely need Skype to load every time I log in? No. Do I need Microsoft Bing to run every time I log in? No. So now that those 2 are unchecked, I'm going to hit Apply and OK. Now it's going to prompt you to restart. Make sure you don't have anything open that you need and restart the application. Now when your system comes back up, it knows that to load any of those programs that you don't need, and make sure that your system uses resources properly.